this is ametamartha with Collection Ascension, and this will be the reading for the full moon, December 18th, full to the last quarter moon on the 26th. So I ask for clear guided messages regarding the energy of this coming week. Please provide me with advice regarding the approaches we should take, maybe any precautions or things to anticipate or expect, be prepared for, etc. Also, I'm going to go ahead and preemptively apologize for background noise because my cat has kittens, and the kittens have become playful, and they like to come into this room and just create chaos. So if there's noise, I apologize. Anyway, I'm going to get into it. Hey, Mama. Okay, I kind of heard to keep this over here, so I'm going to keep going with this, and then we'll get into that afterward. One more, please. Thank you. I think we're starting to see a bit of payoff, because putting away the way that we have interacted with the world in the past has now created a shift into the perspective of somebody who is more in control of the outcome of their life rather than being subjected to it. We're seeing a lot of the fruits of our labors coming into fruition. We've put a lot of say that this past energy here has been the way that maybe in the past we have logically or like the overthinking that gets us to second guess our inner knowing based off of the way that we have been trained to interact with the world. And when we have started making these shifts into more of a spiritual place and following those convictions, or maybe going with our gut, the very first thing that we know when we are faced with something, that's put us into this position of being in control of our surroundings, even if it's just through surrendering. And then putting this inner work in, the work that will reflect outwardly. So with the wands, it's like sharing or shedding the layers of that cognitive thinking that isn't a necessarily bad thing. It's just that we're learning how to reframe our mind and thought process to be shifted into a more intuitive place. We are starting to see that we can balance our life and what is asked of us through our physical and spiritual and mental planes, and then also too many words in my head at one time. It turned into one big word. Sorry. Prioritize rest. Putting to rest these things that no longer serve us. The outgrown processes, like obviously everything is in service to us. However, when it comes to things being out of service or no longer in service, it's like outgrowing that frame of mind that has given us reason in the past, and now we are being brought to a point where we are developing outside of that, because what we're doing is we're creating a new reality for ourselves. We're learning how to manifest physically this excelled way of interacting with the world and understanding what we process outwardly through that filter of the inward, and we're putting away the things that inhibit us from being able to access these mentalities that are more in alignment with our truest nature. And we're starting to see that coming out of that darker phase of our life, we can be reborn and really access a childlike innocence that might contradict our programming. We're learning how to slow down and be more present in the moment and see what those moments have to offer, what we can hear with our inner ear, and feel, because we're going inward as we experience our outward lives. And it's not so hard anymore. We're starting to see we're starting to gain a bit of a foothold in that. Okay. Okay. I haven't looked up things in a long time. I just go with like the channeled information with cards lately. But I specifically heard to look up the reverse 9 of Cups. So if that's the message, then I'm going to do that. So bear with me, please. Please. Okie dokie. The 9 of Cups in reverse suggests that you are getting what you thought you wanted, but it's not really... What? Hang on. What you thought you wanted, but it's not what you really want at all. The defect may not be in the thing itself, but in the surprise of discovering that your dream come true doesn't make you feel like you expected it would. This is an essential life lesson. When we set a goal, specify how you want it to feel in your life, not just what you want it to be, to do, or what you want to be, to do, or to have. You will get much more fulfillment when you manifest and you go about it in this way. Or when your manifestations are gone about this way. I don't know. Anyway, maybe we thought that attaining this new concept of our lives, like, where we are right now, we're gaining mastery, yeah? What if we thought we would just have this like exponentially exciting spiritual life? Meanwhile, it's still just life, Like, I think a lot of the time we can get confused in spiritual ego because we think that this is going to be like an invigorating and exciting experience, and I'm going to feel so fulfilled because it's my calling and my purpose, but then when you're doing it, it's like you're still going through the motions every single day. And I think there is no transcending that. It's just about like finding reason and purpose and fulfillment in the mundane, you know? And so then we have the Knight of Cups upright. So finding the opportunity, like the little nuggets of gold in every single thing that we experience every day. All of the stuff, the boring, the old and stale, the aggravating, you know, anything has something to offer us. So if we just see it that way, then we'll be able to feel into that what we want, like that mentioned, you know, when you are trying to envision the life you want, you can feel your future feelings as though you have already attained this, and it's just maybe instead of focusing on, I will be happy when I manifest this life for myself, you think, I am happy now with the life that I have. I cherish everything because it's only getting better, and I am grateful, you know, feeling into that. Because, you know, we have two movement cards in reverse here, the Six of Wands and the Chariot card, and that just tells me that like that endeavor to continue to keep going and experiencing more and feeling more and, you know, interacting more, just that like on the go, that fills up our roster to where we have so much going on that we don't actually get the chance to just sit for a second and be in the midst of the perspective of, oh gosh, the fact that I'm even alive right now, dude, is so cool, you know? Because what we have in the middle of it, like right at the core, is this sense of harmony. And, you know, I've said it on this channel before that, you know, to have the rainbow, it's raining. So how do we not know, or how do we know that they weren't just dancing in the rain and having a good time, and then the rain stopped and the rainbow's out and now they're like, ta-da, you know? So like keeping that perspective even when things are getting hard or boring, that keeps coming up. That there's going to be times in this life where not everything is so pizzazz or like really downtrodden. So yeah, because see, what we're doing is we are releasing ourselves from this stuck concept that, you know, things are not moving, things aren't going the way I thought they were, or this isn't really fulfilling me in the way that I expected it to, even though it is still fulfilling, you know? The process, it's like a lot of the stuff that's put out there, whether it be television or what have you, it's like they want to emphasize all the good parts all the time, or really embellish the like drama and sorrow, but like there are so many days in between that are like the filler episodes, you know? But still, we can come out of these cycles of just disentanglement from expectation or perceived outcomes and see that it's all in service to us, and we start that off again with this Ace of Wands, which is just more opportunity to be fulfilled, more opportunity to have that intuition and spiritual connectivity ignited, and then you'll start feeling like that movement again. But just resting in the stillness, you know, what is nature really like? It's ever moving, but it moves so slowly, right? Like nothing is solidified in nature. Everything changes constantly. But if you stare at it from a far like zoomed out perspective, it looks like nothing is moving, right? So learning how to mirror that energy, because that's really an aspect of our wholeness and our nature. You know, they use that word in that context for a reason. And I had initially said that at 1331 and heard to look that up too, so sorry about the involvement with my phone, but I'm gonna look that up. That's one that I see anyway, but it's not fresh in my mind at the moment. 1331 is a message from your angels that they are sending you positive energies to boost your confidence levels. Be sure to pay particular attention to your thoughts, ideas, insights, and feelings as they are giving you information about the next steps to take along your spiritual path. Any positive change or project you are considering right now will be well worth the while, and you will be assisted in its undertaking. And I said that when I was talking about the Ace of Wands. So that really just says to me that the interaction with your day-to-day life and the spiritual connectedness is the point, so it doesn't matter if you're having a bad day, a great day, or just a day. It's all giving you something. It all has something to offer. So let's just go a little bit deeper here because it's kind of vague. Sorry. Okay, questions. What are we heading toward in this surrender state? What? Okay, so as I started this, saying putting away certain amounts of programmed logical thinking and whatever, what have you, we have the Ace of Swords. So creating a new cycle from this gained perspective to where our new automatic is upgraded. But then counterparts, interesting. Now we have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse though. So all right. I guess my guides like the information that was written here, and it will be worth it, yeah? So let's just go ahead. Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles in reverse suggests that you should make an objective assessment of the way that you manage your life and identify areas that can be improved. This may be a warning against becoming addicted to whatever pleasure that has you in its sway. It's important to review the ways that you've been spending your time, money, and energy over the last 6 months or so and ask yourself, is this truly balanced? Is this something I could improve? Is there something I can improve about the way that I've been managing my life? So dang, okay, so and then we have this 10 of Wands with the 9 of Wands. And it's kind of like, this is all in our head. This is a whole head game. Okay, I'm seeing it now. Anything that makes us feel stuck, anything that makes us perceive that we're not moving is literally just a construct of the mind. And that's why this Ace of Swords is present, because what we need to do is cut our way through this perspective, this way of thinking, in order for us to reflect on the expectations I mentioned as having that makes us feel bored on a filler episode kind of day. And then this work that we have to put in doesn't make us feel so defeated because it was all replenishing instead of mundane or overwhelming or whatever. So, okay, just any final messages at all, please, before I move on to the Ask Your Guides deck? Yeah, man. The Four of Wands. Back to the balance. We've got 1111 here. This is just all about the harmony and peace and celebration that we can have in every single second moment expressed in life. And it's right here at the center of it. It's everything is about this, balancing our perspective in the mind field, in the feelings will create the physical reality that we want if we allow ourselves to let it come from a place of just content, inner harmony. Cool beans. All right. So this is the Asking Your Guides deck by Sonia, Choquette. I use it every time, and I recommend reading the book Asking Your Guides, or Ask Your Guides. Yeah, Ask Your Guides. I put it in the link description, or a link in the description below, because I just think it is so helpful in this kind of a practice where we're trying to learn more and expand more and ascend, because we have so many beings around us that we collaborated with before we incarnated. I said that at 44 seconds, which is the reminder to use your voice to interact with your guides. So here they are. So this will be, again, that's a repeat. These are influences that are around us right now, who were already readily available for us this whole time, that were prepared to engage with us before we incarnated, and who want us to succeed. However, they cannot interact and engage really without our acceptance of them and our open communication with them, you know. We've got 2 repeat cards so far. Is there anyone else? I'll do 2 more cycles and you can let me know. Okay. We have unconditional love with the Divine Mother at the bottom, which is cool because unconditional love has been a theme in my life lately. We have discipline and grace. So discipline with the master teachers and grace with the Holy Spirit. Sorry. These are very shiny, so I can never really get a good image of what they really look like on here. But, yeah, this harmony here, like dancing in the field, seeing how everything is just great. But also the discipline to not let ourselves get away from ourselves. Applying what we have studied, applying the things that we have come to in our life journey. This is number 33, which is keeping your faith and optimism. So being optimistic about going through all these different types of lessons, regardless of how long-winded they are, or, you know, how often your head bobs while you're trying to pay attention, or how overwhelmed and stressed we are by the information and through experience, you know. All of it is serving us as a teacher. So to just take time in those moments where we're feeling a bit worked up or just like discouraged in any way and think, what is this going to teach me? Hey, master teachers, please show me what the purpose of this is, and let that answer itself for you in whatever way the universe communicates to you. And that'll just be all right, you know. We're becoming master teachers ourselves in this experience. The ascended masters are people who have come to Earth and transcended the 3rd dimension. So if that's the point, then we're here to learn this. And if you're at this level in your journey to where you're engaging with tarot and the concept of this level of spirituality, then you've already broken through the stronghold of many different layers of hindrance. And just allowing ourselves to become a master teacher by the influence of the master teachers will take that discipline to even remember, hey, I need to ask what's going on here when I feel wayward. And then with the Holy Spirit, it's like just knowing, okay, so this dove has a sprig in its beak, and that just takes me back to the story of Noah. I feel like that one is quite distorted in its generally known context. However, just take into consideration the way it would feel to be stuck on a boat waiting around, and then a bird be like, oh hey, here's some land you can find to like continue your journey on foot, you know, like get yourself grounded. Feeling the way that these flowers have bloomed, you know, just being able to dance amongst the stillness of our true nature by reflecting the nature of nature, which is just to be, and that's it, just to be. Let there not be any unnecessary extra that needs to be fulfilled or experienced to feel fulfilled in your experience. Just allowing it to wash you over with grace. Let this unconditional love in, and then create a space of unconditional love for all the things that come in to our awareness. Yeah, I like it. I'm looking forward to the next year. I know that the past 2 years have really ruffled a lot of feathers, and it's kind of a divide. People who are like, oh, we needed this, and then people who are like, I'm still terrified. But, you know, being on this end, these have been the best 2 years of my life. And I'm really expanding, and the people around me are really expanding, and I love to see it. I love to see the love in people's eyes when they see it, you know, when this is being grasped deeply and from a real place that is moving us. It's like you can never be the same again when you've been so thoroughly changed, and it comes from the experience, that knowledge. It's not like something you were just told about, something that's expected of you. It's like you coming into your own identity and only doing what it is that is for you, and then realizing or recognizing the reflection of yourself in everybody's eyes, and how we're all just doing this. We're all just experiencing life and acquiring knowledge and wisdom, and it doesn't matter what end of the experience you're on, it's all purposeful. And I'm proud of us for getting to where we are, for trying. And I think now it's time to do. It's time to just let happen, you know? There's no necessity to go reach for anything. It's all coming to us. We're attracting it. And to just release the ideology that we have to make things happen for us is being outgrown. I think that's the thing. We've been told our whole lives that we will not achieve anything unless we try hard and apply ourselves and do better. But really, all we have to do is align with the truth that this is a manifested illusion that reflects our inner world. And when we do this inner work and we're making these gains, and we can see that as long as I stay balanced and view everything as harmony, I will manifest a beautiful life, a beautiful fucking life. Okay, yeah, so cool. I'm proud. I'm happy. And I really hope that all of this energy touches you, and that you can see it unfold in your own experience every day this week and be enriched by it. It's the full moon. Let's set out like there is something to celebrate for, because we're breathing, and that's awesome. See ya.